Okay, is it 9 o'clock? Oh, I think it is. Do I have two kittens playing behind me? I think I do. And that sound right there means that it is time for another episode of Wake and Bass. What is going on, everybody? Good morning, and welcome. Now, you might notice that it looks a little bit different here. You might notice that I'm taking a very artistic stage left view right now, but that was because I had set up some kittens on the bed for y'all to look at, but they have other plans. As you know, cats tend to have minds of their own, but that's okay. They're going to be joining us on our journey today, looking at Mariya Takeuchi's 6th studio album, Variety. This one notorious, if nothing else, for the inclusion of the 2018 smash hit, Plastic Love. And for those of you who have been with us for a while, you know that it's the 1,000 sub celebration week. Yeah! So awesome. You guys are amazing. So I've been working hard all summer on this channel and everything, and this community that has grown. Unbelievable. It is just truly unbelievable. It blows my mind. Now that the cats are gone, I think I'm just going to go ahead and swing it over here for a second. Oh, look at that. Maybe I'm doing green screen in the future. Anyway, what's that? Oh, I'm having too much fun here already. Anyway, as I said, we're going to be diving into some Mariya Takeuchi today, and this is something that I think I've only done one episode of Wake and Bass before, and I think it was a very early episode, and it was before I really knew who she was outside of the Plastic Love Lady. And there is so much more to learn about her than just that. And we're going to go ahead and dive on in because we've got a full album of great songs. And I want to make sure that we can get to as many of them as possible. So, as we always have to do, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Mr. Takanaka, Patrice Russian. We'll see you tomorrow. Because that's another thing. Wake and Bass is every single day this week. Oh, what? What? Yes, every single day. 5 days. Kaboom. Get your fill. Also, for those of you who have been asking me about my previous videos that have been taken down on YouTube, which has to unfortunately do with monetization things for copyright, and I always fight. Anyway, I'm working on a way to provide those, if nothing else, in a podcast form if I can't get the whole videos up to you. But I am working on it. I promise I'm getting it done, hopefully by the end of this week. We'll see how fast my internet works. Now, as we're talking about Mariya Takeuchi here, just giving a little bit of preview of what we're going to be talking about here. She's a major city pop icon. In fact, when most people hear or think of city pop, this is one of the names that comes up the most if anybody knows a name other than knowing the names of a song. And if they know a song, it's probably Plastic Love, which was written by her. But beyond that, she has a massive career. Let's just take a very quick look here at her discography, this Discogs. And we've got, let's just see, 13 album releases, individual albums on top of 33 singles, compilations, appearances, credits. Now, unlike a lot of our other city pop musicians who have hundreds of credits playing bass, guitar, keyboard, synth, most of her credits are all vocals or writing. Let's look over here. 27 vocals. Okay, that's not that many. 3 instruments, and 146 writing and arranging. Pretty good. Pretty good right there. Okay, but for those of you who I'm just talking about, somebody who you've never heard before, let's change that. Let's go ahead and dive into this 1984 album, Variety, with our first track, which is called Mo Ichido. I actually prepared the names today. I hope you guys are proud of me, at least a little bit. So again, Track 1, Side 1, 1984 Variety. That is tasty, everybody. Oh. All right, I always hate to talk over the tracks. I'm trying to do more of a radio style, but we've got good ears in the audience today. People have already picked up Tatsuro Yamashita, one of our main backup vocalists here. We've got Koki Ito on the bass, a ton of really great musicians we're going to dive into. But as we're listening to the last half of this song, see if you can hear Tatsuro in there. Woo-hoo. All right, this is a good morning track to start off with here. So we were opening up here with Mariya Takeuchi's first song of her 6th album, Mo Ichido. I think that means one more time, or maybe like one more night, or something along those lines here. I'm gonna go ahead and rewind that so we've got a little bit of a background track here while we're talking, and I try to corral the two cats that have now figured out how to get on my desk, so it's clearly over here for the stream. But talking about this album here, there's a little bit of I wouldn't say controversy, but there's a little bit of hate on this album just because it was different from what we were used to hearing from her up to this point. So she had taken a 3-year hiatus from her previous 1981 album and had returned with this one in 1984, having written it completely herself. As we check her Wikipedia article here, not that one, she's one of the few artists that has a Wikipedia just on this album, which is fantastic. Tenchi's trying to eat my cord. You sweet little saboteur. You come here, boy. Okay, so considered one of the comeback albums here, it was entirely produced by her and her husband. Man, these cats are keeping me on point here. All right, let's go ahead and stop this track here for a second so I can compose myself, and there we go, got more cats jumping. But yeah, that first track, the big notable person that we have extra here is Tatsuro Yamashita. So they are married at this point, and for those of you who do not know, who have not heard this analogy, which I think is quite good, they're considered the power couple of the Jay-Z, Beyonce. These cats. Maybe this was a mistake. Not getting them, but just having them here. It's never a mistake. I love them. All the causing problems. Anyway, Tatsuro Yamashita, Mariya Takeuchi, consider them like a Jay-Z, Beyonce power couple. Both of them incredibly strong careers. They combine, then they just dominate. You know, they can have their fingers in every little pie. People always want them to produce, write songs, do different things. And as we're looking here on the album, for those of you who can see here, most people have a credit. Let's see if we got some big names here that I can pick up. Kazuo Shina, he's our violinist arranger. He's got one in there arranging this time. Koki Ito on bass. Let's see here, some other people that we might know. Yutaka Urahara on drums. But then we get down to Tatsuro. Producer, arranger, electric guitar, acoustic, sitar, 12-string, piano, electric piano, organ, harpsichord, synth, sampler drums, percussion, vibraphone, backing vocals. Probably made the food as well. I don't know, but a lot of credits here on that song. Very, 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 very cool. Now, I have forgotten to say good morning to everybody, which is just a mortal sin because this would not happen or exist without you guys. So I want to say good morning to Dave, who I hope is driving back safe right now. Good morning, of course, to Treesus and Danielle and Poppy. Hope you're all doing well. Break. Narucho, good to see y'all here hanging out. Pop Bass Me, go check out his videos. He's got a couple new videos here since we've had the last Wake and Bass, so check out that channel. Also, Master of Owl, go check out his channel. He's got some new uploads there for us. Oh, we got a cat on the bass. He's already wanting to, look at that. Timothy's already wanting to play bass for y'all. Can you see that? Can you see that little guy? Oh, yeah, you can hear him. Anyway, CCCG Help Desk, Trina Ray, it's good to see y'all. Let's go ahead and jump into the second track here with a little bit of help from my kitty friend. And I'm going to play a little bass on this one because this is the one that most people know pretty darn well. So I'm going to play the end of the first track, Moichito, and let that play into our second track, Plastic Love. We're going to see if the cats join us. There it is. Whoops. Oh, yeah. as soon as I put the bass down, the cats come right back out. Okay, Plastic Love, another fantastic song off this album. Spoiler alert, everybody. Today is going to be a collection of pretty much bangers. It's going to be a good collection of music here. Now, we got a very interesting discussion coming up here on both chats, it would seem. Isn't Plastic Love a little bit overdone? Isn't that kind of like, I'm kind of overdone? I've got two sides of that coin. Yes and no. Is it overplayed in terms of being a representation of city pop and boiling it all down to one song? Yes. It's a little reductive and overdone to have one song brought up over and over and over and over again, as opposed to at least an album. But this is a damn good song. It is well written. It is well balanced. Instrumentation, space, everything. I think this song is excellently written. And I put it up there with something like, I don't know. It's like a Beatles song, like Come Together. That's a great song. But then Michael Jackson bought all the song rights and then sold them off. And then UPS, or U.S. Postal Service, got the rights to it. And so then we had to hear for 10 years in the late 90s, early 2000s, come together, send me your mail. And it's like, okay, I hate that song now. It was a good song, but it got ruined because people played it way too much. So that's my opinion on Plastic Love. Let me know what you guys think, though. If you have different opinions, as always, that's what I like to hear. I like to hear what everybody's thinking about stuff. But fantastic playing there by Koki Ito, our bass player, who writes a beautifully simple line. Bum ba bum bum ba bum space. 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 And then, the reason why I am not in a band or famous is because I got to be like, I just can't help myself. ADD. Okay, great song, well written, super cool. Now, let's get into more of this album where we start to spin out a little bit from this super pop idea and we go a little bit more towards variety. Imagine that. So, the next song we've got, jumping right into some Tatsuro life. Let's Get Married. Alex63501 instant flashback replay. Did somebody let Takanaka in with the synthesizer dog? There, when she mentions a house and a dog, there is a synth dog bark. Takanaka, you can't hide from me. when am I getting married? Excellent question. I'm taking all applications from all females over the age of 18 who have more than $1 million in their savings account and don't mind having all of this. There's the sitar. That is subtle. Man, okay. Let's see if they do. Yeah, all right. We're going to turn this down for a second while we talk over this a little bit here at the end. Yeah, somebody pointed out copyright claim city. Let me know if I get pulled off the air here, everybody. Yeah, okay, so right there, really unbelievable creative layering in my mind with Tatsuro Yamashita. Because when everybody was going sitar, like, is there a sitar in this album? But he layered it with what are called the sympathetic strings. Let me get a picture of a sitar here so I can show you guys what this is like. Where's a good picture? This will be cool. Open in new tab. No thank you. Open image in new tab. Thank you. Okay. Hey, let's get married, Mariya. Oh, what's up, Tim Tom? Tim Tom wants to come say hello. Okay, so Timmy, this is a sitar right here. So it is a traditional classical Indian instrument. I'm not exactly sure how old it is, but at least several hundred, if not closer to 1,000 than 500. But very, very old instrument, beautiful instrument. It has on the top anywhere from 7 to, I believe, 11, maybe it's only 9 strings that you play with your hands. But then underneath, it's kind of difficult to see, but this top bridge right here, the big one, those are the strings you play with your fingers. This little bridge underneath, these are called sympathetic strings. And all they do is vibrate with whatever note they are that you're playing up there. So if you have an open, let's just say all of those sympathetic strings, for the sake of argument, they're all a G. Anytime I play a G on my sitar, the instrument's going to go wham, because all of those G's are going to resonate and sympathetically with that first vibration. It's like, it's like holding hands to make it stronger. Very, very cool. But what Tatsuro is doing here in this song is he's playing those sympathetic strings, or maybe he's just having the instrument sit there and he's playing an acoustic guitar, or maybe it's a 12-string. But he's playing the 12-string to make the sympathetic strings vibrate. And he's hitting a couple sitar notes. It's a real specific twang. Let's go back and see if we can just get a little ears on exactly what I'm talking about here. There it is. Okay, I take it back. He's not doubling it with a guitar. He's doubling it with a xylophone. So he's covering that twang with a little bell ting. Very interesting arranging and writing here. Good job, Tatsuro. Again, these guys are a super, super power couple. And this song, which is our slow jam here, I'm going to call it our first slow jam, and getting called Let's Get Married is definitely a slow jam kind of type song. But keeping it interesting. Not following the usual formula. We definitely have that doo-wop. Doom, ch bum bum doom, ba ba doo. Okay, kitty cat, there you go. There you go, Tim Tom. All right, pretty cool, pretty cool. Well, let's go ahead and while we're getting ready for this next track here, let's see if we can find some other interesting facts about Mariya Takeuchi. Because, again, she's one of our few people that has an English Wikipedia, so that's very nice. All right, these cats. All right, now they're playing on the mixer. Sorry, guys. I hope that seeing the cats is worth having me have to walk away every 30 seconds here. Okay, so, here's an interesting one. So Mariya Takeuchi, when she was younger, I think it was her first year in high school, she went to Illinois, Rock Falls, Illinois, which I've been to, and I know where that is. Should have gone to Missouri. But she this is apparently, she talks later in her life in some of the interviews about how this is where she got a lot of her conceptions for her later writing, a lot of her ideas and concepts. And let me see if I can find this real quick. Yeah, there's a really great article on JapaneseTimes.co.jp. It's in English, but it's talking about her resurgence here in the past 2 years and how she's still going mega strong. And also, let me see if I can find a picture. She looks ridiculously good because she is, that would be 60, 40, 60. She is 65, I think. Did I do that math right? Yeah, she's 65. That's called locking it down. Good job, Mariya Takeuchi. Very nice. Anyway, with her rural upbringing and then going to America, she picked up on a lot of these ideas of American freedom and things of teenage American freedom, of like, oh, they don't have to wear outfits, and they go dance and party, and they do all these salacious 1960s things like hold hands after school. But she thought that was like the coolest thing ever. And so she then brought that idea back with her to Japan, and when she was writing later in life, she continues to reference this original year as some of, her fondest memories of like, oh, wow, that's something I really want to, kind of take back and, take back to Japan and internalize. So this is pretty cool. Glad Illinois could contribute. Now, here's our next track here, One Night Stand. Now, I'm not positive here, but I feel like in 1984, the discussion of all these things like plastic love or a one-night stand, kind of taboo, so also a country song. All right, well, we are diving right on in to Illinois right there. So this is absolutely an example of some American good old country and blues influence. This is 1984, and this is a very, I would say, solid late 70s style ballad. If I hadn't heard the vocals, I'd think something like Southern Dolly Parton. Alarm. This is a cool song. Again, very, very well, I don't know what the word is, synthesized. And the formula that she was going here with the country ballad. Timmy's being crazy. And Tingy's nice and asleep. All right. Kitties are finally taking nap time. It's about time. Very cool. Very, very cool here. So again, that's our fourth track, One Night Stand, taking a lot from our ballad idea here from 1970s Southern country Western singers. Now, she mentioned a couple in here of her, this is her biography or an interview with the Japan Times that came out a couple months ago. And she's talking about her rural upbringing and her early experiences with music. And let's see here. Okay, so here's one of her earliest musical influences, talking from a 2003 article. She said that she loved, or actually this is from, here we go. She paid homage to her early musical influences on 2003's Longtime Favorites, a set of covers touching on the works of American singer-songwriters such as Connie Francis and Paul Anka, along tunes by Italy's Mina Mazzini and France's Marjorie Noel. So, very eclectic group of singers there, not only from different countries, but different styles as well. Very, very cool. And then it says, in the third grade, she was introduced to the Beatles, and then it was all over, because how do you beat Paul McCartney? He's so good. He's so good. All right, let's go to our next song here, since we're already halfway through the show. This is the last track on the first side. This one's called Broken Heart. All right. Let's see what we get here. Ooh. That is a bass. Koki Ito. Oh, my man. Ooh, let's get that slow dance emote.
I hate to sleep alone in this big brass bed. Since you have gone away with your new girlfriend.
This is actually not really slow dance. This is more like, we're gonna get it on. I'm sorry to do that in front of the cats. That's inappropriate. I'm sorry. There's a little bit of the emo.
Cause you still remain the same in my broken heart. Baby, I would do anything only to be your girl again.
Oh, that's a good
Baby, I
one.
would do anything if we could get together again. Baby, I would do anything for you.
Ding dang, y'all. This is tasty. This is a tasty track. Oh, please be Jake Concepcion. Come on, man. It kills me. It kills me. All right, let's see who this cat is. Takira Muraoka. Okay. Hey, this is like a older Japanese version of my dad. Just because of the mustache. Happy birthday, Dad.
I used to think this kind of thing would never happen to me. Baby, I would do anything to make the time return. Baby, I would do anything if I could
who's singing
change your
backup?
mind again. Baby,
That's
I
not
would
Tots.
do anything to mend this broken heart. It's aching in the middle of the night.
Damn, this is funky.
It's crying over you. It's aching in the middle of the night. It's calling your name. Honey, won't
Ding dang, man. All right. Now, as always, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I tried to prepare. I didn't listen to this whole album. But man, this is dope. Like, every song is different. And I'm not a country western dude, but I thought that One Night Stand, I thought that fit super, super well. If I didn't know that, if I knew nothing about city pop or any of this and I had just heard that, I'd be like, ooh, we got a slow jam, like Morris Day and the Time Prince kind of song going on here. We got some D'Angelo gonna pop in. What's happening? You know, kind of precursor to some R&B stuff, but some smooth funk to be sure. Okay, very cool. Nice side one, in my opinion. Good variety, good coverage. We talked about a lot of we've always got our checklist here of city pop. And again, for those of y'all who've not heard my rant on city pop, it's not really a genre as much as it is a time and a place. So city pop, in my mind, is Japan from about the mid-70s, 1973, maybe as early as I want to go, all the way up until the early 90s. 90 is generally the cutoff. And that includes so many different subgenres of music. Ones that maybe are more specific to them would be things like AOR, which is either adult-oriented rock or album-oriented rock, depending on who you ask. We've got things like beach rock or this seaside kind of pop music. It's more like Mariya Takeuchi, what we're hearing with Plastic Love. But in this case, we're getting a little bit of each. Now, talking about how this album came about, she had burned out from her 1981 album, which was, I want to say it was like her third in a row. Something real crazy. Fourth in a row. So we had University Street and, oh my goodness, I take it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She had done 5 albums in a row in 4 years. And we've talked about artists like that before. People like, Akira Nakamura, is that her name? The pop idol who was doing 2 albums a year for 5 years and then was doing 1 album on the other side. It was crazy. She got burned out, and she cited that her voice was killing her. And on top of that, she was artistically exhausted because she was having, like a lot of these pop idols and a lot of these people that get picked up early, or unfortunately at this point in time for women who were maybe not given as much creative control initially, she was frustrated that all these other people were writing her music. And it wasn't like they were bad. I mean, Hiromi Hosono wrote one of her albums. It was clearly good, but it doesn't matter who's writing your stuff for you. If you want to be an artist, I can totally relate to, I want to do my own thing. I want to get my own opinions out there. If people don't, lose their mind over it, that's fine. At least it's me. So that's kind of how I'm taking this approach to this album here. But side one, really, really good flow, really, really good diversity, unbelievable mixing, arranging, producing. Fantastic. I'm loving it here. So let's go ahead and move on to our second side, which is the first track's called Night at the Amphitheater. So let's see if we get a new genre now. What's going on, Desi? Good to see you. Ooh, Elijah. Elijah's got that cat in the box. That's what I'm talking about. I guess you could say it's a variety of music. Guffaw. You're correct. Couldn't decide if it was honky tonk or rock and roll there for a second. It's honky tonk. Let's look that up, actually. I'm saving this one for later. That bass ain't honky tonk. So this is what's cool about blues and rock and roll. You hear it once, you can jam forever. And you see, I've never heard that song before, but I have played Honky Tonkin' Blues. And as long as you find that first note, there's only 3 more you gotta find. Pretty funny. So, talking about honky tonk, you see, this is the problem with the kiddies. They train me to be better because I yell, I get too loud, I get too rowdy. They're like, hey man, bring the spicy level down. Anywho, talking about what honky tonk music is, or that feel, it's a kind of blues, and I was trying to quantify it. The Wikipedia helped me out a lot here. The focus is more on the rhythmic and the percussive qualities than the harmony or the, the intricacy of the structure. So everybody there was hammering on A, G, A, like nobody's doing weird, interesting chords. It's just honky tonk, baby. Slam, just hitting those chords, singing a song, having fun. And it's supposed to be jammable. Me being able to do that is part of the structure of the music. It is, I don't want to say it's folk music, but kind of, that's where it has its roots. It was not a formal music like classical Mozart or anything that was meant to be played for rich people in a sitting down, nice, fancy setting. This originated from, we worked our ass off all day. Time to party. It's like, it's Saturday night. Let's have some fun. Let's get some music out. Everybody can jam. We got a violin. We got a piano that's out of tune. We got a guitar. And only one person really knows how to play their instrument, but everybody else can join in and just play that one note. So it's cool. And again, they do a great job of bringing their own flavor to it, because everything Koki Ito was doing there was not standard stuff, because he's getting funky on it. He can't stop himself. He's just too good. Very cool, though. Very cool. All right. Yeah. So people are jumping in here talking about it, too. We got the honky tonk trad feel country blues. Absolutely. That was a standard old blues riff. Very, very straightforward, but incredibly fun to play. Any of y'all who are picking up the instrument, or some of y'all have been asking me, like, how do I start? What's a great way to get into playing bass or any, stringed instrument? Blues. Even if it's not your favorite genre, it will help you. It'll help you hear where the notes go, rhythm, all that stuff. It's fantastic. Okay, let's keep going now. We got our next song, Tozukano Omoi. Now that's a Tatsuro right there. I can just tell by the mixing and that chord where he goes the suspended. That's definitely Tats. Ooh. And now it sounds like Matsushita. Hit some first light in there. see if we can find more specific. Ooh. All right, we got a little help here from Trinere. So this song roughly translates to an indescribable feeling. This is a very chill song. I'm digging it so far. So one of the things that's I hate to talk over it, but one of the things that is a hallmark of this, Tatsuro Mariya Takeuchi city pop sound, these two in particular, is their very creative approach to instrumentation. Most groups want to try to do a live thing, and this was the beginning of a lot of pre-production, where if you really listen here, we're going to go back and check it out. I think we've got 3, if not 4 guitars going. We've got an acoustic guitar with a 12-string doubling it. Then we've got a solo guitar on top of that that's also then doubled on top of that. We've got bass, and then I think we've got percussion, and I don't even know if it's a kit. It just sounds like a kick and a snare. Let's go back and let's listen a little bit to that saxophone solo so we can hear exactly what I'm talking about here with those guitars. Yeah, instead of using a piano or a synthesizer, they're using voices for the oohs and ahs. There's that guitar. Very, very, very cool track. I want to listen to it again. It's so smooth and so good. Yeah, awesome. Okay, now I almost forgot about this, but I did not. One of our main people here over on the Discord channel, one of many, City Pop Dave, he was kind enough, and he is also fortunate enough to have a copy of this album. And so he sent me the high resolution scans. Look at that fidelity. Yeah, anyway. So it's always kind of fun to look at these scans and to see what's inside for who the musicians are, who's playing, and a little bit of extra info in there that's always nice to get. Now, this album, as with all things Mariya Takeuchi, is pretty well documented and we can find it all online. However, it's still cool to see a first-hand version from somebody in our community. Also, we can see his socks. Check that out. Awesome bonus. Now, let's just look through here and check out what the inside of this album looks like. So, we're at the 6th album here, Variety, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I think this is a pretty cool concept for an insert here. It very much reminds me here, I'll give one more zoom out so y'all can see that a little bit better. It's just sectionalizing every song off into its own little thing. But yeah, we saw this with the Jackie Chan album, and it was kind of a cool concept thing that just pulls you from place to place. Ah, look at that. Okay. So I don't have the ability to translate this, but we get our answers now for who is playing what instrument where. So yeah, look at that. Acoustic guitar, electric piano, percussion, all on one song. That's Tatsuro. I know that much Japanese. Yeah, cool. One Night Stand, produced by Tots. There we go. Okay, all words and music written by Mariya Takeuchi. All tracks arranged by Tatsuro Yamashita. Except the horn. Kazuo Shina's like, I swear, if you try to tell me what to do on my horn, I will end you. Hey, that's the song. Oh, no, that was one of the songs we already heard. Well, good job, man. Kazuo, I'm glad you stood up for yourself there. B6, string is arranged. Okay, well, we'll look for that. Okay, Roger Young. All right, that is a very vanilla face name. Second recording engineer. Mixed it on mastering studio. Okay, cool. I don't know. That could be concept art. That could be a stain. I'm gonna go with concept art. Yeah, well, let's go ahead. As we're kind of sifting through this here, let's keep listening to the album. So we got 4 tracks left in 7 minutes. We're going long today. This is called Merci Beats de Auto. You know what? I'm just gonna let her say it. Also, are we going to like Beatles now? Because that sounded Beatles to me. This is 60s surf, baby. Okay. I don't want to be too much of a dick and pat myself on the back, but swish. So this song is dedicated to the Beatles. That makes me happy. Trinere called it. I was just about to say, I was like, hey, somebody let the doors in here. Very cool. Ooh, I've also been corrected here. There was a flugelhorn earlier, not when I was talking about Kazuo. My bad. It's fine. That guy. Flugelhorn. My bad. What? Why would you just have that one word? That's kind of a weird one. Okay. I love it, man. This is a very, very, very cool song. Got that Beatles formula to it. Okay, now here, this is kind of fun. This is the credits here that she's writing to the people that helped her as a special thank you, and I think I've got a little bit better close-up here. Oh! Yeah, she said Liverpool. There you go. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool. I like this album a lot. It is all over the place, but it's her. You know, this really is an homage to the inspirations from her musical past of what she liked and taking her hand at writing all this music. And, you know, I mean, like when somebody says it's like I wrote the whole album, I'm always a little dubious because that's hard to do every instrument and write it all together. I want to give her full credit for doing it, and if true, man, awesome job, because her and Tatsuro, man, that is a 1-2 combo right there. Okay, so some of these special thanks are interesting. So Moon Records, which is the new record company that she and Tatsuro joined after leaving, I don't know if it was Nippon or JC, whatever record company they were on before, but they joined Moon Records and they were part of the people that made them very successful. I like Scott Lawson for the useful Thesaurus book. Always need a thesaurus when you're writing. Millions of cups of coffee. That's pretty good. Little Sister for taking pictures. A couple friends coming to give some gyoza. Ann Lewis for flowers and chocolates. I guess those are some nice chocolates. All the super musicians for their fabulous play. Goofy, her dog. That's a sweet name for a dog. And a nice place that we can all send our fan mail that probably is defunct. But pretty cool. Pretty cool, very fun. Okay, as we're ending up with this song here, which is our Beatles tribute song, we're now going on. We got 3 more tracks here in 2 minutes. No, we're going late today. But the next track's called Mizu to Anata to Tayoto. Yeah. Sounds kind of spy loungy. This sounds French to me. Oh yeah. This is French. There it is. There's that lounge flute solo. Yeah, she is awesome. Okay, well, I've been reading about the album, and I got a little kind of sad that this is confirmed, but yeah, her husband, Yamashita Tatsuro, he originally wanted this comeback album to be written by other songwriters, but he changed his mind after listening to her works. And man, I am so glad that he did, because, again, this is it's a well-done album, but this gives me so much more respect and insight into Mariya Takeuchi as far as what were her inspirations, where she got her ideas from, and makes me appreciate her a lot more as way more than just the plastic love girl. And it's so funny, that song is an absolute anomaly on this album. There's nothing else on this album that's anything like Plastic Love. You know, you could almost find pairs of other songs here. Pairs of country songs. This lounge song goes well with one of our early chill songs. But man, that is very interesting. I bet you that when she wrote that song, or when they wrote that song, I bet they're just like, whatever, track 2, just get it out of the way. Because everybody hates track 2 usually, because they want to open up with a good one, and then you fuzz out 2 and 3, then you go 4, 5, 6 strong. I don't know. Man, 2 flute solos? She knew what she was doing. It's like, get back in there. Get back in there. Finish it up. Finish it up. Oh, look at that. She majored in English literature. Oh, and won a competition for her English recitation. Very cool. I think that was what she ended up going to Hawaii. She won some kind of competition. I think that's what that was right there. Hey! Yeah, Trina Ray is mentioning Cafe Reggio by Isaac Hayes. I don't know that song, but I do know Isaac Hayes, and I will agree. I could hear that being an Isaac Hayes track. Okay, now Tatsuro just took over here. We're gonna have to rewind for a second because I was not ready for magic waves, I guess is what is happening right now.
We are going steady, steady. We are going steady. Don't run away, woo, for another fall.
Okay, that started sweet. We're going steady. We're going steady. Don't run away. Not a good image in my head. Alright, what does this sound like? It's like Christmas. So many sleigh bells. mean, it's kind of like the Four Tops, like late 50s doo-woppy. Man, that's good percussion. Okay, that's a good solo. Okay. Again, hate to be that guy that's just got to talk over it, but we're running low on time. Hey! Our master of research has made it here. Master of Al, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Glad you could make it here for the end. All right, so again, going back, this is very much, in my mind, a tribute to her musical taste as a child and her experiences in America, because this is a lot of very archetypical blues, country, honky-tonk. I'm surprised even I know what honky-tonk is, let alone Mariya Takeuchi writing a honky-tonk song in 1984. That's crazy. You know, it's very, very cool. But as we mentioned earlier, the idea that this is the album where Plastic Love comes from, crazy. I mean, that would be like saying Britney Spears, like her first album, then had, you know, All Stars Smash Mouth on it. Or Smash Mouth's All Star, like a song totally unrelated that just gets blown up. I think I'm getting myself in trouble here with my references to All Star. You get what I'm saying, though. That one song was an anomaly compared to the rest of this album. So I can see why people are saying, they're like, if I wanted to hear Plastic Love or an album of things like Plastic Love, this ain't your album. You know, it's mostly country, rock, blues, and I mean, this is a Tatsuro Yamashita song right here. I don't care. I don't care what you say, Mariya Takeuchi. If you say you wrote it with Tatsuro. And it's like, hey, what does this look like? And he's like, oh, that's great. But hey, can you voice that chord a little different? And she's like, oh, yeah, totally. And he's like, oh, okay, awesome. Hey, can you like voice that chord too? Can you make like 3 guitars? Oh, yeah, honey, I got it. Totally. Also, I love your intro vocals, but can we have like 4 layered vocals? Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, and also, how about you don't sing on this one? Just let me sing. What? Huh? I think that's how that went, because that was a Tats heavy song right there. But well written, well played. All of our musicians are dope. And while it does hurt my soul not to see Nobu Saito, not to see Jake Concepcion, I gotta hand it to these cats. Matoya Hamaguchi, our percussionist, holding it down. Now, Tatsuro did a lot of the percussion too. He is, if you hear a shaker, that's him, man. He loves to put that stuff all over his music. You'll hear a shaker or a hi-hat or like a, I forget what those, the riba. I can never say it right. I can barely speak English. Anyway, these guys are doing great. This is cool. Now, we're going to use the last song here. Finally, only 10 minutes over. Shetland ni hoho o uzmete. I don't know. But let's see what it sounds like. Ooh. Hello, Joe Kato. Ooh. More baby making music. Ooh, damn. Oh, I'm glad you like the cats. Could be little sweetie babies. I want to wake Alright, well, we're going to use this as some of our outro music here. Man, I like this a lot. This is giving me like a Jamiroquai feel, like some Tallulah, or maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that soul R&B kind of thing. Yeah, Really, it's good. So going back one step to talking about Plastic Love, hopefully for the last time here today. Yeah, it is. Break brings up a good point. It's upsetting that people come to this album expecting all Plastic Love and then getting something else and just going, oh, this sucks. And not giving it a chance, expecting it to be something that it's not, which is never fun, but this album is awesome, man. And it's nothing like what I expected from the 3 tracks that I had listened to before we listened to it today. Last thing I have to say about this, and Joe Kato Group in particular, these guys, there is, in this era, and this is a global thing, in the 70s and 80s all over the world, string orchestras were pulled into play on all these groups, were, doing background stuff. And there is a hilarious variance of standards of everything from Joe Kato Group, which I consider some of the best pop strings I've ever heard, all the way to the completely laughable things like I heard, what song was that recently? It had strings just barely in the background, but they were trying to do these hits up in the stratosphere, like 4 violinists, 4 different E naturals. It was heinous, man. It's so why they left it in the mix is beyond me, but this is an example of doing it right. So cool. And those pizzicatos. That's cool. It's cool. Yeah, Break is bringing up a good point too. Joe Kato Group was not the only Japanese string group recording at the time that was like a collective, but they were far and away the best. And they did have a monopoly. They had the in with everybody that was good. They earned it though, man. They sound good. Okay. Well done, Mariya Takeuchi. That left me with a very satisfying taste in my mouth. That is a good album. And I cannot believe that that is the album that has Plastic Love on it. That is absolutely crazy. Totally crazy. All right, well, we're back to our weird half Alex, half cat cam. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Get some more cats. There we go. Anyway, very fun stream today. I hope you guys had a good time. Learned a little bit of new information here about a well-known artist that I don't think a lot of good information is out about her, or at least people need to talk about this album more, because this was awesome. And for those of you who have listened to a lot of Mariya Takeuchi, most of her stuff is not like this, especially stuff beforehand, the songs that I've heard, and things like Request, because this is an album that I got into. I love Oh No, Oh Yes. That's like, one of my favorite songs by her. But yeah, very eclectic, or like one of the songs I cover on my channel off of Denim. What's it called? Dang it. Anyway, it's a Miracle Love. That's what it's called. Very poppy, fun. That was a 2007 album. But she's all over the place. She's got tons and tons of great music, really interesting, and she's got an all-star lineup of musicians behind her. So we'll look at more Mariya Takeuchi in the future here. We got this week all pegged out, but the future is TBD. We'll see what happens. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for, again, the 1,000 subs to allow me to do this week and take a little bit of break from all the schoolwork that I should be doing. No, I did it last week. Anyway, what we have planned here for the rest of the week. So we're going to do 1 Wake and Bass every single day. So that's 5, Monday through Friday. We're going to do that. We got our schedule up here. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick and just pop over and see what we got. Good. So today was Mariya Takeuchi's album. Tomorrow is going to be Henri's, I think it's her 3rd album, Timely, the big one that everybody knows. Then Wednesday, we're going to do the one, the only, the rare Takako Mamiya's first and only album. Total shame that she only has one. Thursday, we're going to hit Junko Ohashi. I think it's her second album, maybe her third, but one I've wanted to review a long time, Crystal City. And then last but definitely not least, on Friday, I'm going to go back and do the entire album of Ride on Time. I did that for, I think it was like episode 10 and 11 or something like that. I tried to do a two-parter early on in my streaming days. The audio is garbage. And as those of you who know what that album is, you know that I can't do it like that. I got to do y'all better. Gonna do some play-along songs. Gonna try to dig up some good facts. Maybe find some live recordings. We're gonna have fun this week. But that's the morning. But the celebration doesn't end there. Every single day, I'm also going to be picking a song from one of these albums, and I'm going to be tabbing it out. Yes, you heard me right. That's what we're doing. 5 tabs this week. Yes, I am crazy. Yes, I am going to get tired of the bass. No, I don't care. I love you guys, and it's going to be awesome. So that's what we're going to be up to. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break here, put a little bit of breakfast sandwich in my tum-tum, and then I'm going to come back and put up one of these songs. So for those of y'all who are still here with me or hanging out in the Discord, if you have a specific one that you want to hear or you want tabbed out, now is your chance. Because I'm going to get back to it right around 11 o'clock. That's going to be my goal to start the tabbing. So join me if you dare. And of course, because this week is going to be crazy, there's going to be all sorts of other surprises too. We'll see if we can get the cats involved. But there's going to be live jams. So if y'all have requests, now is the time. And I mean, like any requests. Anything. All right. As always, like and subscribe lets me know I'm doing the right thing. I just got monetized. Woo, making those pennies. I just wanted to tell somebody. Hope you guys have a great day. Yeah, I'm going to go get a breakfast sandwich. Okay, kitties. You going to say bye? You going to say bye to everybody on the internet? No, they're not. All right. Bye, everybody.